YouTube, this is Vargas XX78 with a really random video. Just about to head over to sleep, and well, I haven't had dinner, so I wanted to record this video and share with you a delicacy from Mexico City that I quite enjoy and I haven't seen anywhere else in the world. I have never seen anyone. I'm sorry. I've never seen what I'm going to show you anywhere else. We don't have it here in TJ. I've never seen it in the U.S. There's variations, but not this particular item. So, got my bottle of milk. And what I'm going to show you, and what I'm going to have myself for dinner right now, is this. Now, this is a chocolate Tuinkie. Not with a W, but with a U. Now, the majority of my mom and dad's family live in Mexico City. We all live in Mexico, but they live more in Mexico City and San Luis Potosí. But I remember a long time ago, when we were little and we could afford to actually travel to Mexico City, we would go into convenience stores, mom and pop stores, and nothing big franchise. You know, here in Mexico, we do have tiendas de abarrote, which are mom and pop stores that they sell groceries and they sell food. So we will go into the stores, just, you know, to go, and we have a lot of sweets here in Mexico. We have the traditional sweets, and we also have the mass-produced sweets. We had our versions of cupcakes, which we call pingüinos. Which we had our version of Tuinkies, which are called submarinos. If you saw Zombieland and, you know, Tallahassee's like, no, I'm gonna skip over to Mexico. You know what they call Twinkies in Mexico? El Submarino. And yes, we do have submarinos. We also have these really cool ones that just a couple of years ago started being imported to the United States, called Gancitos, which are kind of like Twinkies, but they have a really thick chocolate cover with strawberry. Really good if you have them frozen. And we also have chocorroles, which are these rolls of chocolate with pineapple and cream in the middle. Also delicious if you freeze them. But we have that, and we've had that for years and years and years. Those haven't, you know, they haven't stopped productions of those. But these chocolate Twinkies are things that I've only seen in Mexico City. There are versions of this, of course. There's Chocodals, which are, I always thought of them like Twinkies covered in chocolate. And there's chocolate-flavored submarinos, but they don't taste as good as these. Now, when I was little, I do remember that the spelling was with a W. Actually, these were made by Wonder. I don't know who. Yeah, it's still. They are still made by Wonder. So Wonder produced these for Mexico, and back in the day they were called Twinkie with a W. Wonder. It would say Wonder here, and it would say Twinkie here. So they were the only places where I would see them was in those mom and pop stores in Mexico City. And it was so frustrating because when we would go there, again, the few times that we would go, I would buy them, and I would ask my mom and dad to, if when possible, buy them, because they were relatively cheap in Mexico City. And it was frustrating because when we got back here, there was nothing like this. There was no chocolate Twinkies. So it always frustrated me. It was a little extra thing to look forward to the next time we would go to Mexico City, that we would be able to enjoy. At least for me, it's these chocolate Twinkies. And anytime that, to this day, when my mom or my dad are able to go, which is relatively a few times, but if they are able to go, I always ask them to bring back a bag of chocolate Twinkies. So I decided to share with you this unbagging, tasting of these chocolate Twinkies. So, random video, like I said. I haven't had my dinner, and I'm going to have one of these. Now, they're slightly smushed because my mom had had them on on her carrying bag, and they kind of got smushed. But the gist of it is basically the form of a Twinkie. But it's not a chocolate covered Twinkie. It is a Twinkie shaped. The texture is not as greasy. Well, it's kind of greasy, but it's not as greasy as a Submarino. Submarinos tend to be a little bit more greasy. They still smell good. I know the smell won't come through. We haven't developed on YouTube smell-o-vision, but they still smell good. Yeah, it has a chocolate filling, which I don't know you'll be able to see, because I have seen variations of these that the cream is white, and or the cream is chocolate colored, but it doesn't taste like chocolate. So, One thing I've noticed as I've gotten older is that the memory of food is different to me. I guess a lot of things have gotten, the ingredients for the foods have gotten cheaper, if that makes sense. They have almost this artificial taste to them. Still good. It's actually really good. They taste a lot different from normal Twinkies or your chocolate flavored submarinos. They're still good. Like I said, I've have yet to find something that compares to the Chocolate Wonder Twinkies. And like I said, I don't know why. I know that Wonder... One moment. I know that Wonder still exists because I've seen bread from Wonder. But every time we go grocery shopping, I go into the sweets section. And I always look for these things. Because I have really fond memories of going to Mexico City and hunting for these things. Because they're not very common. Like I said, we'll only find them in mom and pop stores. And to this day, before my mom and my dad, because like I said, the family is my grandmother and all my aunts and uncles are either in Mexico City or in San Luis Potosí. So before they come over here, back to TJ, they always stop by. They try to look for a mom and pop store that has these. They're still good. They're really good. They don't taste artificial. Still pretty good, pretty chocolatey. The bread tastes like chocolate. It doesn't taste like bread that was sprinkled with chocolate or processed with chocolate. Well, okay, I guess all bread has to be processed with chocolate, but it's very hard to describe. If you haven't, once you tell the difference between all the sweets, and I'm a sweet guy. I like eating sweets and junk food like crazy. But like I said, I have more access to anything from Hostess. I like ding dongs. I like your chocolates. I like your cupcakes. I like your chocolate covered donuts. Anything from Hostess. It really stung when Hostess went out of business, but then it came back, so that was cool. And we have all the other Mexican treats that I mentioned, but I've never seen these, and it's always something that bugs me. Which is why when I am able to get these Twinkies, it makes it extra special because, like I said, I can't find them. And I suppose I can ask one of my cousins or aunts or uncles to ship a whole box of them, but I don't know if they can do that, or if there's a problem because it's food. I asked for my mom for like 3 packages of this, but you know, it's food, so I guess it's a lot harder to bring on an airplane. So, but yeah, Wonder chocolate Twinkies. If you can get your hands on them, I would definitely recommend them. They're still tasty. I was kind of afraid because it's been a while since I had one of these, and I was a little worried that the taste would be different. But the taste, they taste the same. Still good. Doesn't leave a greasy aftertaste or greasy fingers. So yeah, really tasty. This actually brought me back. Still have two, but I think I'm gonna save them for later. So, really random video. Just wanted to share because, you know, I don't have these frequently, and I've never done a video about this, so I thought I would let you guys know about these delicious chocolate Twinkies. So, thanks so much for watching, guys, and until I see you all again, this is Vargas XX78, thanking you and signing out.